A lot of people will talk also about when it comes to this whole why there aren't more female gamers. They'll say that, and these are polls. Sometimes these are like based off of a lot of polls. That's why I'm like, this is so. These polling systems, whoever the people that they're getting to take these polls, is so inaccurate. It's gotta be inaccurate because if you're talking about real female gamers, like hardcore gamers, like say me, where I will play any freaking game and love it and not just stick to like the Wii or freaking Farmville or something like that. We don't care about this stuff. We want a good game, just like any other gamer. So that's why all this stuff that they're talking about, I'm just like, this doesn't even apply. Like where there's just all, oh, the female portrayal in video games is so negative. Like say in GTA, in Grand Theft Auto, there's like all these hookers on the street, and the female characters in the game are portrayed as like sluts and like girls to be hired, and like they're very subjugated and stuff like that. And say in The Witcher too, females are also viewed as less, as just being there to please the main character, to please the males, and they're like, that's such a negative representation of the female. And I'm like, these games, it goes both ways. Like I said in the beginning, these games don't just give a negative portrayal of women. They also give negative portrayals of men. In both games, I mean, in Grand Theft Auto, if you think of the characters, a lot of these men are portrayed as fat, ugly pigs that are always drunk, and they just come off to be creeps or rapists. It goes both ways. I mean, you've got the girls that sometimes, not all of them, sometimes they're portrayed as hookers or sluts or something like that. But you also have the males. You've also got male characters that represent the negative side of men. And same with the Witcher. If you've played The Witcher 2, Laredo. He's a freaking racist, rapist, fat and ugly and drunk. King Hansel, another one. People just focus on the minority because it is a minority. And they say, why is it a minority? Oh, it's because of this. And they take these things as evidence to prove why girls don't play video games, almost as if it were evidence. But they don't look at the rest of the game. They only pick and choose. This piece of information pissed me off. I was like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Okay, check this out. Another aspect of game design that has been identified as negatively impacting female gamer ratios is the degree of expertise with gaming conventions and familiarity with game controls required to play the game. In-game tutorials have been found to bring girls into games faster. And new controllers such as Nintendo's Wiimote, Microsoft Kinect, and the various rhythm game controllers have effective demographics by making games easier to pick up and by providing a level playing field. Are you kidding me? You're kidding me. They're saying that this brings girls into games faster. Like, what if you got a male? What if you got a guy that's never played video games before, and you gave him a controller, and you're like, okay, play the game. You gave him a controller to play Dark Souls. Play the game. You think he's going to be able to play it just off the bat because he's a guy?
He's like, oh yeah, dude, I know how to play this game, like, for sure, dude.
And then you give it to a girl, and she's like, anybody that goes into playing a game for the first time, anybody, not just girls, usually need tutorials. They're like, okay, how do I play this game? What are the buttons? What does this button do? This whole thing about the Kinect and all that is applying to, okay, I could see it applying to women, to older women. I could see it applying to older women. But not just women, to older men too, that have never been playing video games before. The Wiimote, the Kinect, it's easy to play. If they just want to kill some time and they're just like, oh, let's play something with the kids, the Kinect might be easy to pick up. because it's just moving around. There's no controls. So for them to say that it's for girls, that it brings girls into gaming faster. You're freaking telling me that the freaking Kinect was made mostly because of girls? Because they're stupid? Because they can't pick up the freaking controller? This applies to everybody that has never played a video game before, not just girls. If you get a hardcore female gamer, like myself, if you get a girl that plays video games, that has been playing video games since she was a little kid, a bunch of those girls, and you have a bunch of them, I mean like freaking 50 gamer MDs 83s, because they're out there, they exist. If you get a bunch of us and you ask us, what do you prefer to play? The Kinect, or you want to play Skyrim? I will guarantee that all of those girls would prefer to play Skyrim. And the reason is because we look for a gaming experience when it comes to the story, the characters, and all that stuff. We don't just want to freaking exercise or dance for a little while. That's not why we play games. So for them just to say, oh, it brings girls into... It's so stupid. It could bring in guys, too. Guys that have never played video games, it would be a lot easier for them to start playing the Kinect. So that's why I say that all these statistics are so inaccurate. They're skewed because there are different degrees of female gamers. There might be 40% of gamers that are girls, but I could bet anything that includes female gamer posers, sexy gamer chicks, cutesy gamer girls, and so on. It's no wonder that the industry thinks that girls want to play Neopets and Sims and want freaking tutorials every damn second on the screen. If they were to get, again, a bunch of girls, a group of hardcore gamer girls, like the ones that don't just pick and choose, like, oh, I want to play Neopets, nothing else, or Sims, and nothing else that's not like Sims, because I don't know how. No, I mean like hardcore gamer girls that will play all games, like guys, all of them. They're not afraid to do any of them. If you get a group of those and then you take your poll, I will almost assure you that the statistics would almost be equal to the males. To the statistics of the males, what they want in a video game. An epic RPG, an awesome shooter, good storyline, fun gameplay, awesome character development, all that stuff. The image of the female gamer is so distorted because of this. The majority of female gamers are composed of girls that just like to kill time playing Farmville or Bejeweled, which is fine with me, whatever. Hell, I like to play solitaire every now and then. So anybody that just wants to kill time, they're like, on their iPhone or whatever. And it also consists of freaking posers. Those girls that think it's sexy to play video games, all they do is they pretend to know about video games. And you could spot them from miles away. I mean, it's like they're wearing a big, huge Las Vegas sign with the big old arrow saying right here, like poser. All they do is pretend to know about video games, lick controllers, or just claim that they've played WoW for 2 years. Like that qualifies them for some club or something like that. But get them talking about video games, like really start talking about them, and you suddenly see them change completely, where they're just like, they close down, they start getting bored, they don't know what you're talking about, they change the subject immediately. These girls are the ones that give gamer girls a bad reputation. Because there's a lot of these. It's so easy to become this type of girl, this type of female gamer. It's so easy. That's why you don't really see other gamer girls as much. Because if they don't have anything to share, why are they going to be exposing themselves out in the public? These other girls, on the other hand, want to expose themselves. They want the attention. And how do they do it is, they start reading Game Informer, and they put like these little tiny little tank tops and a bunch of makeup, and like you could totally spot them on YouTube. They've got, the camera is usually facing like this. I can't even put it down too much, but it's usually like that. And what I like to call the booby shot, the booby cam. and their face is almost half cut off, and they think this is totally normal. Like, everybody does this. Like, it's totally normal, and they're always like all up in your face. And all they're doing is just reading from Game Informer. They don't add their 2 cents or anything. They're just reading off it, and they're like, yeah, like totally, like, I know totally what that's all about. And then they continue reading, and it's like, God, jeez, you serious? So gamers in general have many negative stereotypes, males included. But the female gamer has a very distorted portrayal when it comes to what they like and who they are. They're usually used to attract the male audience. Like, just put a girl in a freaking bikini and holding Black Ops or something like that, or like licking a freaking controller, or licking a PSP, and they make their way into Mass Effect 3. Many times they're just misrepresented when it comes to gaming. Because we don't want anything special. We want what everybody else wants, a good game. When it comes to gender perspectives and stuff like that, and what appeals more to females and what appeals more to males, sure, there are differences, but when you're talking about video games, a real gamer, a real female gamer, wants a good game. That's all they want. So by trying to appeal to other types of girls that don't like gaming anyways, why would you want to attract them as an audience? That only skews the representation of girls that play video games. By trying to find out what female gamers want in a video game and doing all these polls with these inaccurate representations of the demographic, it does the industry a disservice, in my opinion. It's a bad marketing skill, really. If you were a video game developer, if you were in the industry, wouldn't you want to make a video game that would attract both male and female gamers and not just freaking female gamers? Because the games out there that are the real big games out there that do really good, like say Mass Effect, or at least my favorite games, like say Mass Effect, BioShock, Assassin's Creed, all those big name games, they do good both ways. When you're talking about real gamers, like people that will go out there and buy every title of the series, those are the people that you want to sell your game to, right? The people that are serious about gaming, because they're the people that are gonna buy your games. So why put out a game that appeals to a small group of people, a small group of girls? Why focus so much on that stuff when you're only appealing to one group? Why not make a game that appeals to both? So stop with the freaking polls and stop thinking what girls want, because we want the same thing that guys want. A good damn game. So yeah, that was my little, I guess you could say it was kind of a rant. I just think it's a topic that's very misrepresented. The girl gamers, female gamers, whatever the hell you want to call them. I'm calling them female gamers, gamer girls, whatever, just so that it's easier for me to say it, you know, so I'm not saying I'm placing a freaking title on you. No, I mean, like, just so for brevity's sake, to make it easier to say and not just have to say over and over, girls that play video games. It's just something that's so skewed and so, like, the industry just has it so wrong. It's like, dude, just freaking make good games. That's it. Don't stop. Just stop. If you want to make, like, Neopets and Sims and all that, whatever. Sims attracts guys, too. And Harvest Moon, there's so many guys that play Harvest Moon, so many girls that play Harvest Moon. You know, something that attracts both genders. Don't freaking pretend like we're two different species. If there are less girls that play video games than guys, it's usually not because of the content. Because if you really are going to become a gamer, even if you're a girl or a guy, you want to play something that interests you, something that's fun, something that's good, something like a good book, you know? And not, you can't always give somebody exactly what they want. Oh, a Barbie game, or oh yay, another Neopets or something like that, you know? it's very limiting. And those video games, do they sell? They probably sell to like 10-year-old girls or something like that, but that's it. And yes, hardcore girls that play video games do exist. They are out there. There aren't as many though. I think that is pretty obvious that there aren't a lot. There are more these girls that I was talking about, those sexy gamer chicks and like those cutesy girl that just have like a little Game Boy. Like little girls have a little Game Boy to play Neopets or something like that. You're trying to appeal to your gaming audience, the girls. We're so different. We're not like what is depicted in these freaking statistics. I almost forgot to mention a long time ago. I think it was actually in a sociology class that I took, gender studies, I think it was called. The teacher was talking about differences in the male brain and the female brain. I don't doubt that there are physical differences. I think there are. I mean, obviously, there's got to be some little tiny physical differences. But the teacher was saying that guys tend to be a little bit better in like accuracy type of stuff, like moving objects where they could follow it easier than girls. And that's usually why guys are better at shooter games, and I'm not good at shooter games, so I mean, everybody's different, of course, but I could kind of see that being maybe true, because I'm horrible at shooter games. I'm so bad. I can't aim. It's just like, oh. So I try to stay away from them. It's not that I can't play them, but I'm worse at them. I think girls are more geared towards like RPGs and stuff like that, because they're more about the story. They're more about investigating stuff, and you know, they're more about that type of thing. So they're a little bit more. So that I do see the appeal in that sense to different people, because yeah, females are attracted to different genres of games, but when it comes to the content, that's different. Like that I don't think that's accurate. So yeah, I'm gonna end it there. That's pretty much it. That's all. That's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. Hopefully you guys found that interesting. Let me know what you guys think about the issue. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.